Okay, so my phone, I don't know, didn't want to record me more than 4 minutes. So anyways, now I'm using my computer, which has really, really crappy camera quality, but whatever. I do have a regular camera, like a digital camera at home, but as I was saying, we had been hit by Hurricane Florence. So my daughter and I and my younger sister had left. We went out of state for a week and come home, and my apartment was it wasn't completely destroyed, as some people had lost everything. So I'm very thankful that I still do have an apartment, although I cannot stay in my apartment right now. The roof had fallen in and the downstairs had flooded, so we have been staying at my mother's house. Very, very thankful for her and her support during this time. But anyway, so the hurricane came and we weren't in class. So we had to do basically everything, like teaching ourselves all the information, which I kind of felt kind of funny about because, you know, during that week we were doing percussion and heart sounds, and we had to listen to, different heart sounds or whatever. And I still don't exactly feel 100% comfortable with assessing heart sounds because I don't really feel 100% comfortable with like noticing the difference of the sounds. The three people that I did listen to, I don't feel like they had any, other sounds besides the normal S1 and S2 sounds. So if I could probably listen to some other sounds, some people that did have like some sounds that weren't considered normal, then I think that I would find that very beneficial. Um, and that's our Unit 2 test was on that. So the whole entire class failed, like and I at first I was like, oh my god, this is terrible, blah blah blah, but then like noticing that it wasn't just me that had trouble with it. It made it a lot easier to deal with. And after that, the teacher did decide to let us make test corrections, not for our grade. I mean, they are going to help our grade, but she didn't open it back up for us to try to achieve a better grade. She opened it back up for us to make sure that we knew the material, because it is very important material. And some of the questions that like I had got wrong on that test, after looking them up, I'm like, oh, duh, that makes sense, So it it's not bad. It's really not. But I'm only one semester in, and I did join the SNA, which is the Student Nurse Association. We promote health in the community and do stuff like that. And they help with like the cost of the pinning ceremony. That's a good incentive for you to join. And it's really helpful. They have like the big sister, little sister program within the SNA. So the second year students can, kind of help and guide the first year students. So I don't know my big sister's name. I've seen her one time and she didn't seem very excited. So but she, I live an hour away from my school, and she lives an hour away also. So, because, most people that go to that school live within that area, but her and I both live a distance away. And there is numerous people in my class who live distance away. Like, some people live in another area that's an hour away, but in the opposite direction. I'm the only one in my class that lives, east, and so she's a second year. My big sister is a second year student, and she lives east also. But I haven't really had very much communication with her, which I'll probably address at our next SNA meeting. We missed the one on October 1st because of the hurricane, and so they're planning another makeup for that. Other than that, it's just I've been up every night doing homework. I don't really have time for anything else. My birthday was on the 7th, and I just had dinner at my mom's because I don't have time to do anything else. My friend invited me to go away with her out of state this weekend, but I chose not to. A, I'm a broke nursing student, and B, I feel like I'm in over my head in homework, which actually at this point, as of right now, I'm caught up to everything up until Monday, but I've already started working on papers that I have coming up that will need to be turned in one of my classes. I have a paper due on the 22nd, and then in the nursing class, we have a paper that's due. I want to say, like, we don't know for sure when the due date is. We were trying to figure out that information the other day. Towards the end of November, beginning of December time frame, but I want to go ahead and get started on that just because I don't want to wait to the last minute. And on top of missing the 2 weeks for the hurricane of school, I had got sick last week, so I had missed like school last week, and I've just been playing catch up. That's why I've been up every night. But on a normal day, when I don't have all this to catch up on, I go to class, I come home, do a little bit of work, and spend time with my kid. And I've had to explain to her, this week that I just didn't have time. And thankfully, my friend still took my daughter out of town with her. So right now, I'm supposed to be working on my papers. Like I said, I wanted to stay up to date on those. But I did want to stop and update you guys because I haven't, and promised I would. um, Other than that, I would say if you are considering nursing school, I would go ahead and like start learning some of the medications. Like that's my biggest struggle right now is remembering the medication name, what it's for, what side effects it might cause, and what contraindications it has. So I would get like, I don't want to say a certain book and, it not be sufficient for you. I would just get, any type of nursing medication book and just go ahead and start studying those as you're waiting to get into the program. Familiarize yourself with medical terminology that I see people struggling with that in my class. I had previously taken that class a few years ago. I probably need a refresher, to be honest. But for the most part, I know. I've worked in the medical field for a while, so I kind of know what everything means. I wouldn't say everything, what most things mean. I don't think I have any other advice for you right now. I will try to post a link in the comments of one of the websites that I used to study for my entrance exam. So you guys can start studying and hopefully make it into the nursing program yourselves. All right, thank you for watching.